State of Washington can easily be called the pear capital of the country, especially at harvest time.
Volcanic ash nurtures the soil, and yearly snows feed the rivers of Washington state, providing the perfect environment for growing nutritious and delicious pears. Grower Lindsay Rudolph's family orchards produce many pear varieties.
We've been pear growers for the last 4 generations. My great-grandpa was a pear grower, and my grandpa was a pear grower. My dad and my brother, we all farmed together. I got into pears about 10 years ago. My dad needed some extra help out in the orchards, and it turned into a full-time job.
There is nothing better than fresh, just-picked, naturally grown fruit.
We have 65 acres in the Peshastin area of pears. The temperature is just right, just kind of being right at the, even if you go down the valley to Wenatchee, it's a little bit different. It's still a great area for growing pears. The life cycle of a pear starts usually in November, December when we start pruning, and then in the springtime, usually March, April, start to see some bloom on the trees, and then usually fruit set, end of April into May, and then we start our thinning process. On most pears, we don't thin all of our pears. We don't thin angios. That's one pear that we usually don't thin. Every pear is picked by hand, and we have some people that'll pick 10,000 pears a day. We have some people that'll pick 20,000 pears a day. I'm passionate about what I do because I love providing like a healthy product to the world.
Beautiful surroundings and an optimal climate all add to the bounty, versatility, and many varieties of pears. And Lindsay has tips on how to buy and store them.
Usually you don't want them too soft because then they're already ripe. You want to get them home and then let them kind of ripen when they get home because pears are not ripe when they're harvested. When you get your fruit home, the best thing to do is just put it in your fruit bowl on the counter and let it sit for a few days, and it'll ripen on its own. And once it's ripe, you can put it in the fridge to let it kind of keep its life expectancy a little bit longer.
Chef Tim Putnam of nearby Smoke Blossom Restaurant and Catering made the most of a visit to Lindsay's orchards.
You know, a little beverage to start with. Sparkling pear spritzer.
Cheers.
Cheers. So now we're going to pick it up, and here we are with our appetizer today, which I call a chip stack. It's a little bit of sun-dried pear. We've got some pork belly that's been hit with maple sugar, fried sage, and a little bit of cider reduction.
Looks delicious.
Okay. I'm going all the way. All right.
So am I.
And what we have here is we have a little butter lettuce wrap with some of the Stark Crimson pears that they grow here locally, some Cougar Gold from Washington State University, a little field cress, and then we've got some cornbread croutons. Okay, so what I have here is I've got a little poached bosque, and then I roasted it in a little bit of brandy, and I'm gonna finish it up for you. No, I'm not going to forego the sweets. Okay, we'll have to split this one.
This works.
Like French toast on steroids.
Pears are perfectly delightful fruits to savor, and 88% of U.S. pears are grown in Washington and Oregon, where Northwest growers produce with pride. You can learn more at uspears.org.